Let's not forget that Truls Moregard is a right-handed player, and Noshad Alamiyan is a natural left who has the ability to play with right, and he's 10 years younger than Noshad Alamiyan.
Yeah, Alamiyan seemed almost a bit muted yesterday. He
Very.
seemed to be himself.
Well, I think he was just overwhelmed with how vocal Omar Asar was. Didn't allow him to speak chess. That's what he did.
2-all.
Yeah, look at it result, by the way. A 4-0 to Omar Asar. I don't think many people saw that happen. 11-7, 11-9, 11-5, 11-5.
I think he was sublime yesterday, Omar Asar. He was really sublime.
2-3.
So it's a 2-3, yeah?
I'm already kind of sensing that Alamiyan is in a better zone today. Look at this rally.
4-2.
Punches galore. Yeah, that is backhand heavy, Noshad Alamiyan. This rally almost exclusively on the backhand. By the way, the one thing noticeable is the racket used by Truls Moregard, which is hexagonal in shape.
5-2.
That's unique, isn't it?
Apparently has a bigger surface area. More and more players starting to adopt this.
What beats me is that after all the years, he was actually
4-6.
fast. Normally, most equipment isn't. You remember? I mean, it's happened in other sports as well, like graphite, carbon, aluminum. Well, there's so many of them that aren't really allowed.
3-6.
Yeah, really came to the fore at those World Championships where he finished second.
Well, I think the real reason behind, allowing
7-3.
a change in equipment is as long as it doesn't give the player the advantage. They will weigh the pros and cons of the traditional design and then the new design. And as long as it doesn't, do you remember those shark swimsuits?
Yeah.
That came out and then were
7-4.
banned because it gave you an unfair advantage.
Yeah. There's always something like that.
Still love the look of them. It was sleek.
3-point lead for Noshad Alamiyan.
4-8.
He's definitely seems to be in a better place today.
He's looking stronger today.
Yeah.
You saw that in that rally. Those returns were absolutely fantastic. Great reflexes.
Five, 8.
Right down the line, excellent work from Truls Moregard. He's plotting his comeback here.
Well, he wants to make sure that he's still playing. And that it's not all about Alamiyan. He's moved on to 9.
Yeah, he's in a good position here to take this first game. He's playing some really good shots, Alamiyan. He's finding all corners of the table. Game point, by the way, he converts, and this is fantastic from Noshad Alamiyan.
Brilliant work being done here by the Iranian athlete. Experienced Alamiyan, looking a very different player today, and we of course are enjoying that. Truls Moregard is taken by surprise as Alamiyan leads by winning the third game. Just to give you the score, it's
kommer bak. Va? Var lite finurlig där. Ni drar för bak då.
Second game. Alamiyan to serve. Love 4.
Back to
One,
the table
no.
here where Truls, Moregard and Noshad, Alamiyan will renew their battle. Keep in mind the fact that it was the CS and the Iranian who won the first game. But you can't write off Truls, Moregard. We know of his exploits. We know what he's capable of.
1-0. Love 2.
You ever noticed how players always have a default because
1-2.
and for that matter, like that very old school method of blowing onto his bat, onto his hands before he serves.
Quite a few players do that.
Noshad Alamiyan, I think, stands apart. He pulls up his legs and touches his ankles. I always thought he was adjusting his socks once, but it actually does help to keep your feet nimble. It's quite smart if you think about it, even though it's kind of a default.
Let's have a look.
Well, he does it all the time, especially when he's, facing a serve.
4-1.
This is really quite remarkable in
Timeout.
how he looks transformed, and it's already got Moregard taking a timeout here, which shows he knows that things are not good at the moment.
I think he's a bit concerned.
Svinga någon med mot istället då, eller så. Nu blir det ju tryck. Var med lite bättre fötterna efter. Gör jobbet, eller? Okej? Så du är med. Hitta lösningen också. Du är bra på det, okej? Positivt. Med nu.
For 1, that's when Noshad Alamiyan leads in this second game. Let's not forget that Truls, Moregard
1-5.
calling the timeout and called the spin on that. I think Moregard just a tad bit worried. He is a bit concerned. He's not being able to get his shots right, and I don't know whether that's the only thing. But did have a word with his coach. All looking stronger now. Just a bit more confidence, and that's what you need. So it's 2-5.
Good start. That Swedish contingent we saw earlier today was supporting Christian Carlsen.
Do it! 5-4.
Well, he needed that, didn't he? Badly.
Timeout.
He certainly did.
All of a sudden it's Moregard, sorry, Alamiyan, who's taking his timeout now.
من پیچیدم بزنم نشد. این میپیشه خوب میزنه، نباید بدم بپیشه.
دریافت کوتاه میکنی تو فورندش عالیه. این کار رو باید انجام بدی. بعد خودت حمله رو بگیر. خودت حمله رو بگیر. تا آخر تایمر میتن وایسا. وقت کامل نوشاد جان. خودت که میزنی اصلا ترکیب. حواست بگیر بلندان باش. بجون ماشا.
5-4.
Maybe this stat goes somewhere to explaining why Moregard is struggling here in this game, in this match. Is that overall he doesn't have such a great record against
4-6.
He's getting annoyed.
Well, that's exactly what I would have seen in the age-old fairy tale Rumpelstiltskin. Well, that is the thump with the feet. If I'm not mistaken, didn't that tale come out of
4-7.
Denmark, Sweden?
Yeah, you might be right actually.
Oh, that's a good return.
7-5.
Well done, Truls Moregard.
Yeah, less than 50% win rate against left-handers. Truls Moregard, and certainly doesn't seem to have got to grips yet with Noshad Alamiyan.
7-6.
Wild one from the Iranian.
I think just caught that edge there. Well, here's an interesting one, Shares. Game number 1, Noshad Alamiyan played a very free game. He just played his natural style, no pressure, won it. Game number 2. Now he's playing under pressure to win the second game.
7-0.
Change hands there,
Yeah,
by the way.
you see that.
Prime example of what he does. Sorry, Dad, you were saying.
So he's playing the second game practically under pressure because now he's winning.
Right,
He knows
because
that.
he won the first.
And it's changed his style of play.
8-7.
And Alfred Moregard picking up on it now.
Yeah, and Moregard just suddenly picked up the pace, added the pressure on.
Oh, that is fabulous play from Truls Moregard. Well, dictated that rally, didn't he?
He did, and now he's in front for the first time in this game. Take advantage of that. Some great reactions here. Right, Alamiyan.
8-4.
Some of the returns are so good to watch.
Oh, that's fabulous on there, and from different angles, right? Both these players very, very fast. They've got the ability to. That's one thing that Noshad Alamiyan also has, the ability to return. It's quite phenomenal.
8-9.
Oh, that's a poor serve from Alamiyan. Really disappointed with that.
Just when we were talking well about him.
I'd say this is a very, very open group. Because you saw how easily Omar Assar won yesterday. Alamiyan still, I think, the one to beat
9-0.
here. He's been playing well, Alamiyan, and tomorrow, Truls, say he wins this today, then Truls Moregard has to take on Omar Assar. We could have a situation where all three have got a win apiece, and then we'll have the count back. And that is going to be tough to figure out tomorrow. Still some way to go.
Yeah, I really want to see what, Assar does
Nice
next.
10.
And look, this is interesting now because he's got a game point, Alamiyan. He can't lose this match if he takes this next point.
Well, stranger things have happened here today. So
10-0.
He wasn't far away, but he's drawn level here. Moregard.
I was just getting a real view of the bat design, and I was trying to figure out for myself. One of the advantages that you do have with the round bats, especially when you spin that
10,
ball
11.
away.
What a chance there for Moregard.
So the edge or that circle actually helps you with the spin, especially when you're spinning off the edge. And for lads that like to chop, I'd be very keen on finding out whether the hexagon changes that. We won't know unless we try it,
11-0.
Chess.
Oh, he saved another game point here, Moregard. Is he going to turn this into his own game point now and change the complexion of this match?
What we're looking at today is, right now, is two quality players. Alamiyan showing his true self here today.
10,
Consisting
11.
of, well done.
Yeah, game point now for Moregard. His first one.
Well, sees the opportunity. I think that's really good. Truls Moregard. That timeout that Alamiyan took has done a world of good for Truls Moregard.
Oh, not far away. Clip to that, but it's
Game
Moregard who wins
it.
it.
This is very, very good. It's a game apiece, and
Yeah.
Moregard is back in it.
Boy, he was close, wasn't he? Alamiyan to going 2 up here.
Well, I think Alamiyan should have just held on to that, because now this opens it up. It opens up the contest, and well, we do know what the Swede is capable of. So there it is.
So, yeah, after game 2, it is 13-11. It's 1-all between Truls Moregard and Noshad.
مهندس دریافت می‌کنی بطری بهت میزنه جا می‌کنی تو بکندش کار توجه می‌کنی بقیه بازی در اختیارته بعد که میریم تو رالی تو فورهندش کار نکن از اونجا پخش میکنه میزنه قوی میزنه تو بکندش کار میکنی راحت‌تر نوشاد جان بچسب این بازی رو در ریالی خیلی به نفع خیلی ها ماشاءالله بجا
Locka ut han har ju varit bättre nu också.
Last game, Moregard to serve.
Well, this is
Double.
intriguing. This is probably one of the most intriguingly poised matches I think we've seen so far over the 2 days now.
1-0.
And these go fairly evenly matched. That's not something we've said too often today or yesterday.
Alamiyan is not at all happy about, well, his hand coming in the way and not making contact with the bat.
Last
Oh,
two.
that came out. Bang.
Yeah, you just see him playing bigger forehands now. Moregard.
One, two.
Just took the pace right off there, Alamiyan.
He's a unique player, there's no doubt about it.
2-all.
That serve took Moregard by surprise, just
And
kicking
Harvey.
up on him. Nice and deep.
Entirely. Oh. Beautiful serve there from Noshad Alamiyan.
Three, two.
And a reply.
You can see what Alamiyan was trying to do there.
2-4.
It's done it the second time around.
There's some good serves there from Moregard.
It's a funny thing, right, when you think about it, Chess, using, you know, whether you're using the tomahawk or the reverse pendulum or the ghost serve. And players only actually reach for that sometimes as a last-minute resort. But actually, if you do that early on, you can actually set yourself up.
Fantastic rally. Oh, very, very entertaining to watch. Not sure we get another view of it. Here we go. Play the snake there. And the drop from Alamiyan. He was out of position, but again, because he wanted to be on the backhand. Sorry, Glenn, you were saying.
I think, well, I would have wished for that rally to go on a bit more.
5-3.
It was an interesting one. Wide array of shots as well. So Truls Moregard leading here in the third game, 5 points to 3. I think this is very important now to see what Noshad Alamiyan can do. Had his way.
So far back, Alamiyan.
He just had his way, didn't he?
Very good watch this. He just puts a little extra in it when he returns.
He does.
Flick of the wrists.
I think that kind of just makes sure that it gets onto the table. It doesn't really kind of fly a little beyond. Just enough push.
It feels like Alamiyan's just got his mojo back here.
5-all.
He controlled that rally, that's for certain. Very well done.
Now, the equation again, whoever wins this game means they cannot lose it. It's not necessarily about winning and losing. It's also about the number of points and games you garner.
Very true.
6-5.
Got himself up very nicely, Alamiyan. Still got another serve to come.
Oh, that's such an outstanding serve, isn't it?
Great serve or attack. Oh, some good shots there. Brilliant from Moregard. And they love it. I tell you what, he was on the front foot there. Noshad Alamiyan.
And Moregard just turned it around.
Very, very nice from the Swede.
And the Swedish fans are really happy about that.
Yeah. Enjoying it.
Oh, just tempted it for that one, didn't he? I think Alamiyan will have to tread carefully here, because we do know that this Swede can really turn on the heat when it's needed. Did that in the previous game.
7-8.
Few errors on the part of Alamiyan. There he goes again.
Yep. Needs to pull his socks up a bit,
7,
literally
8.
now and figuratively. If he wants to win this game, he's trailing by 1
7,
here.
1. Nice 7.
Starts for a third ball, clips the net, and Moregard goes up by 2.
And points to Moregard, and he's got the serve as well.
Nice 7.
Lovely stuff. People be in 2 minds playing that shot. 3 game points for Moregard.
What an interesting battle this. I feel really bad for Noshad Alamiyan if he's just let this match totally slip away from him.
10.
Got to fight, dig deep here, Alamiyan. Oh, the touch.
Nice 10.
Oh, well done. Well done, Pepper Alamiyan. Rattled him up there.
And this is what you get with Moregard. He gets flustered and he shows it. He's not someone who keeps it in particularly well.
Well, I think I'd get flustered too if that happened to me. So.
10 all.
Well, that's it.
Well, the game points have all but disappeared for Truls Moregard.
Do you know what Noshad Alamiyan does when he's upset? He just glares at the opponent.
10-11.
That's more like it.
Third game point.
It's like this strange stare. It's not an angry stare, but it's just... He just looks at you like, what have you done?
11 all.
Third game point he saved, Alamiyan.
So I knew he was going to go and pick it over. Set that up very nicely. Truls Moregard.
Fourth game point for Moregard. This is a crucial game, this one.
14, 11.
Moregard takes it. It's been very tight battles
Same to
between these two.
Whittaker.
It's Alamiyan.
I think it was Alamiyan's game to lose, both the second and the third, and you know he, well, did have a few mistakes there, and Moregard just, well, grabbed the opportunity by the horns. So one more game to go. You saw that look on his face, sigh of relief.
Yeah, it was a
Truls
puff the
Moregard.
cheeks. 13-11. Two identical game scores there for Moregard. He leads 2-1 against Noshad Alamiyan.
Om du kan. Har du stuckit någon lång? Kan stiga någon lång?
خیلی باش راحتم.
Du ser utifrån.
الان تو همین گیم 2 تا پاس بلند و دادی دست راست همون دو پا عقب.
یکیش خیلی خوب زدم، تک زد روش دیگه.
منها تو بگیر باشد.
اونو که خوب زدم که.
خود سر تو رفت اوت.
نه یه دونه محکم بهش زدم.
گرفت.
اون تک زد روش دیگه.
ببین نوشاد عزیز قربونت برم من فورهندشو کار نکن فورهندش کار میکنه روش کار میکنه ولی تو بکند اسیرت میشه میدونی بعد نوشاد کوتاه میگی میاد میزنه حواست باش سریع آماده یکی بگیری
First game. Alamiyan to serve. Love 4. Love.
So we're on to the fourth and final game, and it's a crucial one here. Will Alamiyan be able to pull off a draw, or will it end in favor of Truls Moregard, who's come out hammer and tongs?
One more.
What a rally.
Oh, both of them having adverse reaction to points, but some of these returns from Alamiyan, brilliant.
However, did he manage that?
Amazing.
Two, one.
That was a chance that he should have put away, perhaps.
You're probably right about one thing. What makes his, shot selection slightly deceptive is
1, 3.
that overuse of the backhand. But I don't know whether that's also a bit of an obstacle for him, because it limits that the forehand that he can go with, and his backhand's a lot more powerful.
2, 3.
Yeah, both. This is great. This is, I think, will be one of the most entertaining matches we've seen
Absolutely. They are terrific, these two. Well, you're right about that. Their reactions are just amazing.
3 all.
Things are just not, when they're not going their way, they're very, very vocal, they're very animated, they gesticulate a lot, and we're at 3 all.
Noshad Alamiyan, well, would be thinking I could have finished this earlier, but now I'm fighting to
4,
save
3.
the draw here rather than a victory. So 4-3, Truls Moregard. Well, he's definitely got more power in that arm, and he's really exploiting it to the max against Alamiyan.
4.
On the other hand, Noshad Alamiyan, well, putting in his best for all. I think one of the really close fought games that we're looking at. But we did see that with
5, 4.
we did see that earlier as well with the Egyptian who almost clinched the game against the Frenchman, Simon Ghazi.
5 all.
And Mohammed El Bayali.
So 5-all.
Well, with Fan Jingdong, with Omar Asar already beating Noshad Alamiyan, and Alamiyan cannot now win this match. I mean, he's eliminated.
6, 5.
So between Moregard and Asar tomorrow.
That'll be a very, very interesting battle with a very pumped up Asar, if he is on the day.
Yeah, depends on which Asar we see.
6-5-7.
Probably be stinging Will to realize our please stand up. Alamiyan a tad bit disappointed. He knows that it was his game to win. He led in both games where he was at
Yeah,
in a
You know
game
what?
point first.
you're right,
6,
Glenn. I think
7.
that's got to be playing on his mind somewhere.
Absolutely.
That he couldn't see it off. He couldn't finish it. Couldn't convert.
7-0.
Was
Well,
on
he'll
the
take that.
edge. Yep. No contention about this one.
Let's just bring you up to speed once again. It's Truls Moregard and Noshad Alamiyan locked in battle here. Moregard, of course, having won 2 games, and Noshad Alamiyan having won a single. Now, it's all about who's going to win this game, because if Moregard wins it,
8-7.
he wins the match. And if Alamiyan wins it, it will end well even Steven. So, Moregard 8-7 will serve.
7-9.
Oh, missed
9.
it completely. Moregard. Look at these returns. Couldn't
8.
make it. 2 match points for Truls Moregard.
Now, what's going to be interesting is whether he can claim it in the next play. Oh, well, Alamiyan.
Give him a taste of his own medicine, right? Because he's
Absolutely.
been in these sort of positions.
Very interesting. You know, the battle in your mind, it's so very important. Really wonder what goes on in pressure situations. Of course, this is not
11-8.
really a pressure situation, but Moregard reigns supreme here.
Moregard.
And well deserved hit.
Yeah, his,
Alamiyan.
celebration when he
2
wins,
to
but
1.
boy, he was pushed all the way here in every single game. He lost as well in the opening one. Noshad and Alamiyan will look back. All smiles now. It was hugely, hugely entertaining. Important win for Truls Moregard. Now has to face MACAO tomorrow. And it's not guaranteed will happen. So we're still fighting chances. There you go. There's his, that celebration of his. And ends here. Truls Moregard beating Noshad Alamiyan 6-11, 13-11, 13-11, 11-8. 3-1. Only just edges him out on